We're gonna be talking about this for a while. I meant to tell you that we poured the driveway a little bit wider. Okay, this is going to be a good one. We're pouring a new stamped concrete patio, and we're going to use what I think is the best stamped concrete pattern. And along the way, I'm going to show you a bunch of DeWalt's new concrete tools. This video is sponsored by DeWalt. My nephew Schaefer tore out an old deck here, and we decided to put back a new patio. We don't need to dig down any at all because we're pouring the pad pretty high out of the ground. I didn't want to get a bunch of equipment in his yard, so we're just going to run DeWalt's new power shift rammer to compact the dirt here, and then we're going to bring in some gravel. We had to decide, do we want to get a skid steer to bring gravel into this pad, or should we just do it manually? My kids overheard me talking about it, and they volunteered to get a few of their friends, and they're going to wheel all the gravel in that we need. So I ordered 8 tons of gravel, and they went to work. I showed them how to run a string line across the pad, making sure they're leaving at least 4 inches of room between the top of the forms and the gravel. Once the gravel was in, we brought in the DeWalt Power Shift Plate Compactor. We dropped the rebar in, we cut it, and we tied it, and now we're ready for concrete. You know, the craziest thing about all these DeWalt tools is that they're all battery powered. Up until recently, we would have needed gas power equipment to do all of this. It's so nice how far technology's come. Okay, this is our setup for today. Just a rectangle, simple. We're going from downhill from there to there, about 1/4 inch per foot. This pad is 28 by 16. It's probably 4 inches thick in the middle and around 8 inches thick on the edges. So being conservative, we're going to say that it averages 6 inches thick. It's probably more like 5 though. 1 yard of concrete will cover 324 square feet at 1 inch thick. So we take the square footage, which is 448, and we divide that by 324, which equals 1.4 yards. But that's if the pad is only 1 inch thick. But since the pad averages at 6 inches, we're going to multiply that 1.4 by 6 to come up with 8.5 yards of concrete. I think we ended up ordering about 9 yards for this because we had some other areas where we could use the extra. I know up until now we had planned on doing this job without driving equipment in the yard, but it hasn't rained in a few weeks and the cost to rent a buggy was so high that we just decided to pull the truck in the yard to unload, and then we're going to fix the yard later. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, it would help me out a ton if you would hit the subscribe button down below. I got my friend Nick Zeppi and his crew to help us pour this today. We're using the new DeWalt Power Screed to strike this pad off. It's crazy how much easier this is than using a 2x4 screed. This is by far my favorite tool in the Power Shift lineup. We're going to vibrate the edges of this pad, which is complete overkill. This vibrator is really big enough for pouring concrete walls, but we're going to use it today just to vibrate the edges. Hopefully it's going to eliminate any holes on the sides and make the finishing process a little easier.
Plus, the only way I've been able to get a good finish on anybody else on it? Everybody does it. Anybody good does it. Yeah. Nobody.
Nick's spraying a densifier on the concrete here. This is a pretty new technique, but lots of people have been doing it ever since the concrete plant switched over to Type 1L Portland cement. That's a whole controversy in itself. I'll leave that for another video, but this is just an extra step we have to do now ever since the concrete plant switched over to 1L.
That was a good shot.
Very official there. You just that line you marked there.
Yeah.
This is something that's relatively new to me. I hadn't seen many people doing joint lines like this until I met Nick. Most people in Virginia will pour this without any lines and they'll cut lines in with a saw the next day. But I prefer this method we're doing today because it keeps us from having to worry about getting back here early in the morning to cut this before the slab cracks. It's almost certainly going to crack on the corners of that rock chimney. So hopefully by having these cuts in early, it will control those cracks and they'll just crack in the bottom of those joint lines. And I also think that hand-tooled joints look a lot better than the saw cuts too.
Put a piece of rebar here?
I think it is. I kept hitting it. What is it?
This? Yeah.
It's a stick.
How did that get in there?
Send it to the plant. Wow. It looks like it'd been in concrete for a while.
How did we not see that?
Yeah.
Who felt it earlier?
I felt it with my joiner, but I thought it was rebar.
After watching the video back, I think you can see the stick get in the truck right there. I'm really not sure how we didn't see it while we were pouring it though.
Too bad you didn't have your camera running. Did you get that?
I got
part?
that one, yeah. I got
okay,
that one over
good.
there.
If we get, too bad we didn't get the car too.
So what he's talking about is we poured some extra concrete on the side of this driveway, and then I called my wife to bring us lunch.
I'm gonna record this. This is funny. This is gonna go down in the history books.
We're gonna be talking about this for a while.
Yeah, this will go down in the history books.
You're welcome.
I heard the crunch and I was like, oh no.
Me too.
I forgot to warn him.
No, it's all in their driveway too. That's the other problem. I guess that's okay. I meant to tell you that we poured the driveway a little bit wider.
Thanks for the warning.
You'll never know.
We're using a liquid release agent today. In a lot of my previous videos for stamped concrete, we use a powder release agent. But liquid release is going to keep the stamps from sticking to the concrete, and it's also going to keep it from being a dusty mess out here.
She thought I was him. And then when she realized, she was like,
What have I done?
We're at the end now.
thought about tapping. Yeah, but we were glad to piece the house. So then then what would you do? Just keep pulling with it, right?
Yeah, just you.
Okay, we're done stamping. We're going to let this cure for a few days, and we'll be back to wrap it up. We're going to rinse this pad really quick, and then we're going to mix Dawn detergent in water, and this is going to help to remove that liquid release.
Nothing is enough.
Sure, well, give me a break. You're fine. I'm exhausted. And then once this pad is clean, it's ready for us to add a secondary color, which we call antiquing agent. We mix the antiquing agent powder in water, then we scrub it on the slab, and then that powder is going to float to all the low spots in this pad. It's going to give it a secondary highlight color that kind of lands in the texture of this stamp. We let the antiquing agent dry, and now we're ready to apply the sealer. There's like 3 layers to this, to the notches. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
You get it all the way to the third one.
Yep. And then you tighten it.
You tighten that. Where did it leak? You said it leaked out of the handle.
Sometimes it leaks out of here, but we tightened it before we got here. It was loose. Hopefully that fixed it, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right.
Just be careful when you pump it. Try spraying it over grass first.
Oh, I'll just wing it and just try it.
Okay.
Let's do that.
This spot here, this black spot, that's a leaf that we left there on purpose. It'll go away eventually.
That's nice.
No better place to try something than right in the middle of the slab.
Yeah. Sage advice.
Here's a stamped concrete playlist if you want to see more videos. Thank you to DeWalt for sponsoring this video. If you want more info about their tools, I'll leave a link down below. And it helps the channel out a ton if you'd hit the subscribe button. So if you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.